Oh, yeah, yeah. Y'all know what it is. Eagles wear boxing. We in here. Uh-huh, that's right. That's right. We up in here. I see you up in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir's in here. Igano is gone. He'll probably be back though. He just um he wasn't reacting like he should have. I don't know. Hopefully it wasn't a setup. I don't know. I don't trust anything. They might have played us, but it was that kind of what Anthony Joshua was doing is too basic. It was too basic to win the fight. Everybody's giving him credit, but that shit was too basic to win that fight. If if you couldn't see that punch coming, you know what I mean. If you couldn't see that punch coming, you have no business boxing. You have no business even watching boxing and talking about. But don't ever talk about boxing if you didn't see that punch. I mean, come on. Just look at the replay of the punch. He was it was damn near a haymaker. Yeah, it was almost a haymaker. It's just crazy. Uh, but it is what it is. You get your ass in there, messing around, and you F around and find out. And that's what happened. Somebody F around and found out. Yeah, you F around, that's what happens. You end up finding out. So, you F around and found out. Yeah, so I said sometimes you need to go back to the basics and fundamentals. Something Wilder needs to do rather than looking for to do one bomb. Because early in his career, Wilder used the box a bit. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And see that just what that does is when you say that, that takes away. You know what I mean? What that does is that takes away from. It takes away from the bullshit that a fighter you can't teach a old dog new tricks, a older fighter you can't teach them. It's like, yeah, you just proved the point right there by just saying what you said. You're proving the point is that, go back to what you used to do. Go back, just be patient. Go back to what you're doing. You stay away from trouble. Because the thing is, I watched Wilder, especially when he fought Stavern. He had such good foot movement. He was able to just move around the way that he wanted to. He just moved around. And then all of a sudden now you're not the type of person that can move out. You can't get out of harm's way no more. You just can't. That's beyond you now. You can't. Oh, you forgot how to get out of harm's way. Well, Anthony Joshua, he more or less knows how to stay out of harm's way because he done been down before enough times. Even when he got the championship, he went down. When he when he fought Klitschko, he went down. So yeah, he knows how to stay out of trouble. But for you fighters, if y'all can't stay out of trouble, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If you can't stay out of trouble, you got to be able to stay your ass out of, stay out of trouble and shit. But it was just too basic for me. I'm not taking away from Anthony Joshua's win. I'm just saying that it was just too basic. What he was doing, what he did was too basic to win against like a boxer. Like Ngannou, yeah. But a boxer, it was just too basic to win. But he still gets all the credit because he did what he had to do. I see you out there. Salute to Sir Flame out there. I see you, brother. Don't think I can't see you, man. I see you slide up in the Eagles. up in the eagle's web, man. The eagle's nest. Eagle. Yeah. About to get back to that situation where I said, I got to start doing my cultural things again. Yeah. I don't know, man. Our weather, man, has been like everything freaks me out now. The weather. Oh, it was quiet the other day. And to see if you mention, like if you mention that in where I live at, if you mention that it's quiet, everybody says the same thing. Everybody, no matter who you talk to, if they live here, if you say, man, it's kind of quiet. It's been like, I don't know about this weather, but it's kind of quiet today. I say I don't like it when it's quiet. As soon as you say that, somebody will say, yeah, that's earthquake weather. I'm like, I don't I really need to hear that. I mean, I don't need to be caught up in no earthquake or nothing like that again, man. Man, there ain't no good feeling. You're never waiting. You're never ready for it. And then you're on edge for you're on edge at least. No, even if you don't want to be on edge, you're on edge for at least a week or two. That you're on edge, like every little noise, you like what you like, what's that? Every little noise, you like you springing up like, oh man, something happened. You said, oh, Zane got his ass whooped by Parker. Yep. Yeah, Parker been looking good. Yeah, he been looking good recently. Well, he's been conserving himself. What I tell you, what really gave him confidence. What gave him confidence? Wilder gave him confidence because Wilder got all that power. And Parker's at the point now where he's getting close to the end of his career. He said, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to slug it out with these guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw hands on these guys. I'm going to hit these guys and see what happens. I'm going to hit these guys. I'm going to outbox them. I'm a good boxer. I'm smart. He just figured it out. And what happens is a lot of fighters just can't figure it out. You know what I mean? They just don't figure it out. Like, shit, you got to figure your shit out. We can't figure it out for you. You know what I mean? We do all the damn time. We sit here and say, like, I can go on a big spiel and say what I feel like fighters need to do. And I'm not saying I'm not an expert like that, but I feel like I'm pretty accurate. And shit, what happens when they do it? When they do it, everything turns out right. When they don't do it, then everything turns out, the way it turns out. And we know what that is. It's like, it looks like shit didn't turn out right for you. But anyway, yeah, Sir Flame said this. Salute the Eagles Web, salute to the chat. He said, and there's always jab that like button. He said, or call neck. You call it. He said, don't get neck, though, in Eagles Web boxing. He got that thing up good. You know what I mean? With that flame, also he got that 100 up. Just to let y'all know. Did he stand on what he say? We all stand on what we say. Anyway, Sir Flame said salute to y'all, sir. Y'all, sir, right back at brother Sir Flame. Yep. My brothers. But my people's up in here, so, that's what we in Eagles Web Boxing, we just try to talk about it. I said this Eagles take today, so I was trying to do, I came in like way too late. So we'll do it again. I got some stuff, though. I got to go find this book, though. For everybody to, let me see. Let me see if you guys actually know, if you guys know any of these things. Oh, I got one for you. There's a couple of lineal champions, but I got one for you. I just want to make sure I want to make sure I have the dates right, because you guys, have to do the time frame and stuff like that. I could just mention it, but I'd rather just. So the lineal champ, the lineal heavyweight champ in boxing, from 1973 to 1974. See if you guys know that. So we were supposed to do the trivia, but nobody. I mean, I cut it short. And also, if you get that one, who was the first lineal champ? You can look it up. You guys are cheating. And the second part of that question is the first one was 73 to 74, and also was lineal champ from 94 to 97. See if you guys got that. Oh, I got pages. I made some pages. I wrote some pages, but I printed them out. So I spent some time. Yeah. And I got some quotes and stuff like that, so y'all can. But we can do it Friday, or we can do another if y'all don't want to do it. But so I do have these. See, that's my whole. I got a list on here. Those are lineal champs. That's one side, and then so I got that side, and also I got another side. So got a lot of little things here. And this is another thing to throw off in our pot. Something else that might be, it can either be legit or it can be suspect. If it goes one round, then it's legit. If it goes more than one round, then it's suspect. And that's one of those Paul brothers. I think it's Jake Paul against Mike Tyson. There's no way, even I don't care how old Mike Tyson is, there's no way he should be able to go any amount of, time with Mike Tyson. Matter of fact, I would actually, this is true, and people might think I'm crazy. If the footage is real, I would put George Foreman still against Jake Paul for the win. Big George. And Big George been out the ring forever. He's been out the ring forever, but he's just so. The one thing about Big George, man, see, people don't know the older you get, the more relaxed you get. And Big George proved that. He'll just let somebody, fire the storm off at him, and then he just like, no, that was nothing. I said, I've been through. He just think back. He just have reminisce about, oh, I've been through way more than that. You ain't doing shit. That's the mindset. It's like, I've been through a lot more. You ain't doing nothing to me, so I ain't even tripping. You know what I mean? So, that's one thing you got to be careful about older fighters. Like, you could catch them early or something like that. That's the best way to do is try to catch them early. If you really putting something on them, but you still got to be careful, especially if they're a good counter puncher. And you thought you caught them early, and the next thing you know, your ass is the one going down. Yeah, I think it might be a fix too, though. Yeah. He said it may be hate, but I have a feeling Ryan gonna beat Haney, and I think Jake gonna beat Mike. No, Ryan has actually said some stuff that don't even be surprised if that fight don't even happen. Ryan is saying stuff that he's not supposed to say, and a lot of people think he's crazy for saying it. Oh, he's insane and all that. No, he's saying stuff that he's not supposed to say. Because right now there's a whole lot of exposure going on with a lot of things, and I listen to like the small talk. I listen to these things like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay, that's what you're saying. I listen. I'm not gonna act like he didn't say what he said. I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't hear it. I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't hear what he said. I got to go back and listen to some more, or read some more of what he wrote. Because he's talking about stuff that's my subject. The stuff that he's talking about, that's my subject right there. The things that he's talking about is things that I talk about, or things that I feel. And it's like, if he's talking about stuff that I feel, I'm like, man, I think it might be some truth in what this young man is saying. It might be some truth up in there. So I'm just like, okay. I'm not gonna just write the shit off like, okay. You done seen things, because this stuff, a lot of these things been going on forever. I don't know how people just don't look at a lot of these things that's happening. But now I'm starting to think that the people that don't look, they're in on it. Just like for instance, this is a touchy subject. I'm not trying to get in trouble or nothing like that. I'm not trying to get banned or in trouble. is this when you have a bunch of children that come up missing. Come on now, are you serious? You mean you got hundreds of thousands of children missing every year? How do your child end up coming up missing anyhow? How does it ever become missing? You have them with you all the time, or you have them in school. And most time, if a predator is outside of a school, he's outside of a fence, and there's people watching those kids. There's more than one person watching those kids the whole time, and that predator will not even get close. So that's what I don't get. But I've seen clips of people trying to take children and stuff like that in malls. Just trying to just run up and just. I mean, how's somebody gonna run up and grab your baby that you pushing in the buggy? You got your baby in the stroller, and somebody just run up and take off with your baby. If you run off and take off, if you take off with my baby, that's not the only thing you taking off with. You taking off with that ass whooping too. That's what you're taking off with. That's what gonna be finished with. You're gonna be finished with is that ass whooping that come with that taking that baby. Or just anything with harming people that's in my love line. The ass whooping come with that. That ain't free. You don't just get to freely take and do shit like that. But I'm just saying, so on those lines when you talk about certain stuff, put it this way. You don't necessarily have to be religious or nothing like that. But you got to be either for something, and not just two sides. People always say two sides. You got to be for something, with something, or against something. Because if you're for it, that means you're all the way in. If you with it, it means that you kind of flip floppy. It's like, whatever sounds good at the time, that's what you go with. Instead of just making up a decision. Make a choice. You got to make that, you have to make that choice. That's my thing is that you have to make that choice. All of us have to make the choice. Whether we're going to go with certain stuff around us or not. And it's hard because most of us, we've been in a little bit of trouble, so we just trying to stay safe. You feel me? We just all I want is safety. I don't want no BS. I just want to be safe. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, but so I don't really think that far as when it comes to the Haney, I think that Ryan just don't have the skill set. That he's not going to just be able to just catch Haney with a hook or something like that. He might close his eyes and throw something, but it's not. For some reason, people just they can't just blow through Haney like they feel like they can. He's been caught a couple of times in fights, but nobody's actually just blowing through him. And I think the time Ryan catches him, he'll be like too tired. If he ever does catch him, it's gonna be like tired. And also, I heard Haney's putting on more like masks and stuff too. So if he really is, that means he's serious. I think Haney. People sleep on Haney. I think what happened is Haney is starting to actually develop now. He's starting to I can't hold this lower weight no more. I got to feel into my body. I got to move up. I got to do what I got to do. And he's making all those moves, man. So I don't know. But I'm not going to call your statement hate though. But Sir Flame said, I think, he said, it may be hate. But he got a feeling that Ryan's going to beat Haney, yeah. But then he also said that the fix is in with the Jake Paul and Tyson. You know what? Because I think they kind of cool too. So that I'm really skeptical about that fight because I think that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, I think they're really cool, like tight. Jake Paul probably telling him, Mike, if you catch me, don't be trying to kill me. But if Mike slip up or something like that, Jake Paul like cross him or something like that, it's gonna be like the which fight was the fight where Jack Johnson fought the light heavyweight, and the light heavyweight went too hard and knocked him down, and so then the next round, Jack Johnson knocked all his teeth out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. Sir Flynn said you're gonna take a lot more than the kids. Yeah, you're gonna take a lot more than the kids. Yeah. I said they're 3-3. It's not like they haven't fought. Yeah, but the whole thing is Haney's style is more suited for the professionals though. That's why I gotta give Haney the edge because I'm just looking at Ryan as just like the ways to beat Haney for him is limited. Is more limited. So that's why I'm saying that. I'm not saying that they didn't fight in amateurs and nothing like that. So I'm just looking at it as just like it's too much. And then he's having these, I don't know if you want to call them epiphanies, dreams, or actualities and stuff like that. I don't know what you might want to call it. But money, I would say that money has a actual price on it. Also, I would say that. I would say that money has a price. I would say that when you're in a certain level of money, I would say that it probably does have things that go with that money. Just like we talking about them children right now, you a lot more going on with those three children. With those children, there's a lot more going on with them. You taking more than just those children when you take them. It's like when you take money. I don't know if this stuff is like resonating from movies or whatever, but I always like I have a flashback, you know, of a big desk, you know what I mean, and then it's not very much on the desk, but at the end of that desk, that's that big briefcase. And that big briefcase, once you open that big briefcase and you see those dollars, it's like, well, what comes with all those dollars is this, all this other, all these other requirements. You know, you're required to do what we say uh, in order to get to that case of money, that briefcase full of money. And the thing about it, when people open up that briefcase and take that briefcase, they with everything. Like, oh yeah, I'm with it. They with everything. They're not gonna be again. They're gonna be with everything. Everything. You see? They're gonna be with it. Oh, I'm with that. It's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, they with it. So I'm just saying. Don't get mad at don't get mad at me. Or but have your opinion for sure. But I'm just my point is that I'm very, 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 very skeptical about that. Yeah, yeah. Sir Flynn said Mike said before he wouldn't fight him because Jake is like family. Yeah, yeah. Y'all sir said that Ryan won the first three fights, and Haney won the last. It's fair to say it looks better for that Haney figured him out. Yeah, and I'm saying, and he know he fought him as an amateur. So, but now he knows the little wrinkles that he might have added to his professional game. So it's like it ain't much to. I mean, if you figure out the thing is, see this, and this is another reason I'm going with him. I don't care whoever wins, whoever the better man wins, but Haney figured out Lomachenko, and then Lomachenko had to think, and Lomachenko had to come up with plan A, B, and C, and all of them failed. C started to work at the end, but it was too late. So Haney knew what to avoid with Lomachenko, and he knew what to, do, to counteract him for a long time. Because remember, you got to remember, he started off to the body real heavy on Lomachenko. Start off to the body. So what would Haney do? How do you avoid one punch? Shit, there's so many ways to avoid one punch. If that's all you got, there's a lot of ways. Now the only way you can avoid one punch, the only way you can't avoid one punch, a lot of times if it's a jab, is if that person just has like a monstrously fast jab. You know what I mean? They got like a monstrously fast jab and accurate. Like there was no way you wasn't like, for instance, somebody fighting somebody like, if you were fighting somebody like Larry Holmes, for the most part, you're not getting past that jab. As simple as that. He was gonna make sure, because it was out here the whole time. He was gonna make sure that jab from out here, and he'd be floating it all over the place like a little cursor. And after a while, you get drunk looking at it, and he just hi. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz, we see you out here, brother. Salute. Y'all circle laughing. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz Moore says salute family. Eagles Web Boxing. Gil Cole says something. Eagles Web. Yeah, I got it right here, brother. So y'all let me know when y'all want to do it. Now we can do it Friday though. If y'all want to participate, don't try to zoom in and see what the questions are. But these are stuff I think you can probably Google these if you don't know them. But you guys didn't even answer, y'all sir and Sir Flame, y'all didn't even answer my 2 questions I gave y'all. I gave y'all 2 questions, y'all didn't answer. Give y'all something simple. Hey, Gil Coles, who was the first lineal heavyweight champion? Who was the first lineal champion? The very first. Who was the first one, Gil? Watch Gil get this information real quick, just to show y'all how it's done. Anyway, Bruce Gas is at y'all, sir. And that Sir Flame, he said salute. Bruce Gas again at Gil Cole, salute. Gil Cole, salute 100 at Sir Flame. Get out of my way here, Gil Cole's Bruce. And then y'all said salute, brothers, at Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. And Gil Cole's. Gil Cole's right back with the salute to y'all, sir, with the 100. Sir Flame is salute at Gil Cole. And also Sir Flame, salute to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Also, y'all, sir, is... He said, Emmett... He said, Emmett Keith Thurman. He said Keith Thurman, the first lineal heavyweight champ. Was Keith. No, it's not even. Keith is not in the category, will never be in the category, okay? And yes, Keith blows up to 200 and something pounds of all muscle and speed and can avoid getting clipped. If he can avoid getting even touched in a fight, then we can talk about that. Yeah. I was trying to get Gil to tell the truth, but see, Gil come in here with the whole crap. Keith Thurman. Y'all sir with that whole thing though. But for me, I don't know, for the win, and like I said, I ain't knocking AJ for his win and nothing like that, but it was too basic of a win. The skill set, it was just way too basic. I don't know. And Ngannou seemed like he would be used to like basic stuff, but he wasn't. Like little feint and stuff. All those little feints, that's when he should have went in. When you feint like that, he should have been touching Joshua with something hard. Like, oh, you want to feint? Then I'm gonna hit you hard. I'm not gonna feint. But Joshua just kept testing him, and then all of a sudden he just threw like a haymaker. I'm like, come on. You didn't see that coming? And maybe that punch is just way harder than Tyson Fury was, because Ngannou, the thing is, I'm mad at you, Ngannou, because I just gave you big ups because that first fight, you was doing something that nobody else does with Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury, they still didn't, to this day, Tyson Fury too stupid to figure it out. Because he thinks because he didn't train quite as hard. No. Even if you don't train hard, I don't care if I don't train ever. Like if I never train. Like if I just stopped training for 2 years. I still know how to throw a jab when I come out there. I know how to throw a jab. Now, will my jab be effective? Will it be as strong as it usually is? No. It might be almost as quick, but you got to think about it. If somebody's knocking it down, then they're knocking it down. They're timing it and knocking it down. They're going to do the same thing if I fight them again. I got to realize that I can't be like getting into my own ego in my head and think that, you know, oh yeah, he was just getting caught. I just didn't train. No, you're looking at the wrong perspective. You got to look at it like he was doing something to make my jab and everything null and void. That's what I got to look at. I can't look at that. I can't look at it that other way to look like, you know, that I just got to get in better shape. No. I have to have a better plan too. I'm not saying that getting in better shape is not one of the keys. Yes, don't get me wrong there. Yes, getting in shape is one of the keys, but not just getting in shape. I have to just do better. I have to do better. I can't. That it's not gonna just be, oh, I got in better shape. No, that's not gonna just work. It's not getting in better shape is not gonna be the whole answer. Getting in better shape and having a better plan. Just stop thinking that you're so superior. That's where his mistake is. He's already lining up all kinds of fights. He said he got like at least 5 more fights. He said people's telling him. I'm talking about Tyson Fury. People telling him to retire, but he said he got 5 more fights. He says he's gonna fight the winner of the Usyk versus AJ at least a couple of times, something like that. And he thinks. Then he says something about. Then I think he said something about fighting some other fighters. He said, "Yeah, I got at least 5 fights that I'm gonna have lined up." Ngannou. He wants to fight Ngannou again so he can prove to everybody that he can knock out Ngannou or whatever. It's like, hey, we're gonna see. Hey, Joe, don't let your mouth get yourself in trouble because you mess around and you fight Ngannou and get in a street fight, just like you, AJ, where you're saying you think that you can even take Ngannou in the cage. If you take your ass in that cage with Ngannou, believe me, you are going to suffer a worse. You're going to suffer the worst ass whooping that you have ever suffered in your life. So don't get too cocky. Don't get no. John L. Sullivan, but you're close. That's the second. That's the second one. Surf Flame right on point though. He's right there. He also said Eagle ain't got no boxing wasn't that spectacular in MMA. He just had a hype because of his he left UFC as a champ. No, I'm not talking about that though. I'm talking about Ngannou for as fighting AJ in the cage. He's gonna destroy AJ. First of all, the first kick or two that he lands on AJ is gonna disable all AJ's powers. If you guys have never been in like any kind of like martial arts or nothing like that, if you ever got kicked, kicks take so much out of you, man. A kick, you could kill somebody from a kick. People don't even know that. I mean, you could cause blood hemorrhaging. You could cause blood clots. You could cause blood flow to slow down. All kinds of stuff from a kick. Somebody kicking you just in the leg or kicks. And kicks can take you out of it because your power comes. You need your feet to get that power and stuff. And AJ can't just go out there and think he gonna slug and knock Ngannou out like that. We've had some boxers that got fortunate in MMA. Remember Ray Mercer's knockout? God dang, Ray Mercer went in there and got that. He got a serious knockout. Yep. Sir Flame said AJ did what a boxer's supposed to do to an MMA guy. He did what Fury was supposed to do. And they're exactly right. But I was just speaking on so Ngannou he shouldn't he should have enough basic skill. Don't fall for basic tricks, shit like that. That's all my only advice. But you're right. And I agree with you 100% too. He did what the hell he had to do. Okay, yeah. Ngannou is a guy who got knocked down multiple times against Stipe, and he a wrestler. Yes, exactly. And everybody hyped up Ngannou's chin. Ngannou has a chin. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people have chins, but when you don't see something coming or somebody hit you with a bomb, that whole chin thing disappears. And it's not that you just got a chin. A lot of time, what keeps you going a lot of time is not necessarily just your chinage. You've seen fighters where they just keep going and you think they got a chin. Just like the guy, what was that fight where that guy was fighting and they had to stop the fight because he was punching an invisible opponent. He was just punching in the corner by himself. So you might think, well, that's a chin, but he's still fighting after those blows. Yeah, but he's already out. He's out on his feet. But back to the point though. So a chin a lot of times is just your motivation. Your motivation to have a chin. It's just like a mother, bringing up moms. So moms have chins and everything else as a mom when it comes to like protecting. And same thing with a dad too. A dad ain't gonna take no knockout if he's protecting his family. Animals the same way. I seen cats like cats. I had a big ass cat. and my cat ain't never lost a fight. But I've seen cats take dogs out. Because the one thing about a cat is so quick when he's fighting, is that he got four paws scratching and biting. I mean, scratching and tearing fur and tearing skin, and then he got them claw. And then he's biting on top of that, but he's moving at the same time, like just flying around, like he's hitting you from every angle. And they can take over or knock over, like they could flip a dog that's 3 or 4 times their size a cat can. He could flip a dog over. Like if a dog gets a bite on the cat's neck, it's over with. But if that cat is quick, yeah. But the point being is that you have more stamina and strength when you got a certain focus. Even if you think about like, oh, that punch hurted, I'm a little bit dizzy, but I'm still going, and you'll still go. So having the chin is more than just having the Cracker Barrel. And we know some of these guys got that Cracker Barrel, that they got that brittle pretzel chin. We know that. I don't know about certain people. I don't know if Khan can ever protect anybody and not have a brittle chin. Some people just have that extra brittleness. Yep. Y'all sir says, Sir Flame, did they have TVs them days, or you watch them fights on the radio? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sir Flame ain't even old. Sir Flame ain't old like that, man. Sir Flame he said, hey, well, we didn't have to have television, we didn't have to have radio. What we had people at the fight recording stuff and writing it down. So I'm just going by what somebody wrote down. He tell me, watch. Did you watch it? He said, listen, not watch. He said, I'm high. Yeah, of course you high. He said the only advantage Ngannou got on Cage is he kicks he got no ground game, got half decent takedown defense though. But he'll have a better ground game than AJ got. But that's what I would rely on. His kicks would probably be the one to take AJ out. Those kicks is something else. Kicks take a lot of stamina out of you. I forget, it was back in the day where it was the one guy that he was just like a beast in MMA. I mean, he was a beast. He was just taking fighters out like nothing. And then he got in with that one guy. I forget who he got in with that one guy. They started kicking. The guy had real big, strong legs. He just the one that was getting kicked had the legs that looked more sturdier. But he kicked him so many times during that fight that his whole leg just started turning purple. I was like, damn, dude, your shit is just getting destroyed. So at first said, no, they didn't have TVs. Them only radios. He said, laughing my ass off. He said, I had to look it up. He said all the boxers got to learn is how to check the kick. And if they get right, it hurts the person throwing the kick. Yeah, more than the person that's getting kicked. I mean, you can deflect the kick to where, but that bone on bone is different. It all depends, man. I challenge you to deflect one of my side kicks. I challenge anybody to, deflect one of my side kicks and, take enough off of it to where it doesn't hurt you, it hurts me. I'll take that challenge. Oh wow. So, sir talking about Sir Flay. He gave him the 100. But so he said my cat would fuck up them Texas Cubs. Charlos. Oh wow. Why you getting on the Charlos? Leave the Charlos alone, man. The Charlos had nothing to do with this, man. I just said this because I said they can't be lions no more. Them niggas, they can't be lions. They can't be lions only. Yeah, they lion. So in English, we got two ways of saying lion or more. So they lying, all right. Yeah, they ain't no damn lions. I don't care how tough they are. They ain't lions no more. Plus how you gonna be a lions only and there's no carnage? In either one of their last fights, there was no carnage. When lions go in to do what they got to do, there's carnage. You know what I mean? When lions go to do what they got to do, there's carnage. If you don't see no carnage, it's like, well, was lions really in here? You got to start asking you got to start asking questions if lions was even involved. You're like, no, nah, wasn't no lions involved in this because you don't see no carnage. But if you see that carnage, then yeah, yeah. I know you keep getting on him, y'all. Sir, say he got zero ground game, but I could see him have the confidence to try a takedown with a boxer. Yeah, yeah, a boxer though. Yeah, of course. He said he could, if I was multimillionaire, a boxer, had access to UFC, Apex facilities, I would take that challenge. Well, the only one that's taking that challenge right now more than once is Carissa Shields. And she's doing it. But I think I think that Carissa Shields, I think she probably bought money to the MMA, right? She bought money to it. It's not like she's, you know what I mean? Like, she didn't bring money to it. If you can bring money to it, why not do it? Now, I wouldn't do it for their pay. I wouldn't do it for like their average pay. I wouldn't do it for that. No, hell no. Hell no, I wouldn't do it for their average pay. I would do it for like my regular pay. Like if my regular pay was a couple of million, I'll do it for that. Because then I got to also think that, hey, this fight ain't really going that long, no way. At the most, they got 5 rounds, right? That's at the most, they got 5 rounds. What are the rounds in MMA? I forget. Are they 5-minute rounds or are they 4-minute rounds? I don't. That's how much I even think about the timers. I take yard more seriously as a lion than the Charlos these days. These guys, they come up, they name themselves. You know what's crazy? Is if you look in like a lot of like, you look at books and stuff, and you find information about the fighters and stuff, that a lot of times their nicknames, I'll name some people, that their nicknames came from Muhammad Ali. And they still use the nickname. Ali should have patented all those names. He should have patented. Let me just go down so I just like certain people. Okay, we already know anyway. Like Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston, Ali called him the Bear. Joe Frazier, rest in glory, or celebrating glory, and Ali. He called him the Gorilla. He called Chevalo the Washerwoman. That'd be a good trivia right there. Just name what Ali named a lot of the fighters. George Foreman. He called George Foreman. I think he called him the Mummy. But that didn't stick. Everybody calls him Big George. I already said, yeah. So Ali called Patterson like the Rabbit. He just always had names for the fighters and stuff. And some of them stuck. Because if you didn't have a nickname, if you look in a book for a fighter, it's probably going to have, if the fighter is a heavyweight in Ali's era, they probably going to have a nickname from Ali if they didn't already have a nickname. But Ali gave us some good fun names. A lot of these other names we get, I don't know. I like Holyfield's name. I like the Real Deal. Big Daddy, yeah, you can take it or leave it. Magic Man, you can take it or leave it. Some of those. Lights Out, that's a good name. Yeah. Sweet Pea, that's a good name. Sweet Pea. That was a good name because his style, it was sweet. The way that he was putting hands on people. And the thing about him, and we mentioned this before, the thing about Floyd Mayweather and Sweet Pea Whitaker is they really started off as like they started off as knockout artists, both of them. Yeah. So if you got it twisted and think they couldn't get your ass out of there, they can get you up out of there. Y'all start just blowing up the chop. Oh, he said 3 5-minute rounds. Yeah, but sometimes they have 5. Yeah, headliners and champions. 5 5-minute rounds. Yeah, okay. May Allah grant the best Muslim champion the highest ranking. Okay, Jannah. He said heaven, I mean. Yeah. Oh, the bronze plumber? Stop it. The bronze bomber, that's good. I mean, because you got the brown bomber, bronze bomber. It makes sense. He was a bomber. I concur. I can agree with that assessment. Because it does. Because the thing about being a brown bomber, it says absolutely zero about your skill set. So it's still accurate. It's good. You could use that because it says not a damn thing about your accuracy or your skill set. So yeah, you could use that. I ain't mad at that. I ain't gonna sit here and just hate on. I'm not gonna just come up with no artificial fake ass hate. You know what I mean? Like Sir came in talking about that. He don't know. He might be on some hate shit or something like that. I mean, it's like, come on. It's not like it's like we don't have hate sometimes when we did and we know it. We know we got hate sometimes. Like, yeah, I'm hating. I know a lot of times I might be hating. Uh, I I don't know. I try not to sound like I'm hating on here, and a lot of times I'm just shade casting. A lot of times I'm just messing around. I'm just seeing what y'all go. Oh, where that yarn came from. I'm just seeing what y'all gonna say. A lot of times I'm just messing with y'all. You see if y'all gonna get serious. Y'all get too serious about Eagle sometimes. Oh, you damn Eagle. Fuck Eagle. Y'all get all in your emotions and stuff over what Eagle said. Man, don't get in your emotions over what Eagle said. Because Eagle's gonna say it all. You already know that. You know me. Y'all know me. Y'all know Eagle. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. That's just me. That's how Eagle roll. That's how I roll, son. That's just what I do. You got to put that Eagle twist on it. Our hate ain't even hate is more of a piss steak. Yeah. Well, yeah. For me, it's just like I don't really have hate, especially when it comes to boxing and sport. I don't really have hate. You know, I have. You cannot really hate that's the state of things. But look, I'll put a quote behind that. You cannot hate the state of things and yes it's evil. For me, that's my estimation. If it's evil, you can hate it. Because when it comes to me, y'all already know that's the only thing. If I'm gonna use the word hate, it's because of evil. I'm not gonna come to hate when it comes to something. It's like when we talk about like snatching somebody's children. That's evil. Yeah. I'm gonna hate you. I'm gonna hate not you personally. I'm gonna hate your actions. But if that is your spirit, then I hate your spirit. Which if your spirit's in you, then hey, the person that's wearing that spirit is the one that has to get hate. How could I hate any man that's trying to better his and his family situation? That's true. That's true too. That's all real talk. You know, that's all real talk. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that statement because you're right. It's like, but some people have this hate where they can just hate. That's just some people are. Some people are just like hate. They just like really on some hate shit. That's crazy though. How you can just be on like, but I do. But most time I'm not. I don't like to pick on girls. People think I'm trying to pick on girls, but I don't. But it's like, to be honest, girls can hate stuff that they hate stuff that guys don't hate. Because when it comes to a lot of times, I'm not saying that there's no guys that hate women, because guys can show some dislike from women, and they can show hate, but a lot of times it might not be hate. It might be misunderstanding. But women can actually say the word hate a lot more than a man can, and And I'm not picking on females, man. Cause people, oh, you picking on girls? No, I've heard women. I've heard the opposite sex. I've heard them say hate way more than I've heard guys. I've heard them say hate, like to actually use the word like hate, hate. They actually hate. I've seen them and heard them. Like, oh, you using the hate word? Yep. You hate? Yep. And they actually hate. And I'm not picking on them. They just, for me, my experience on this turn on this earth, I have witnessed women having more hatred than guys towards everybody. Because women can hate women more than men can hate one. Like they hate. Like, damn, how you get so much hate in you? I got a lot of sisters. I got a lot of female cousins, and I hear them say that. Like they'll say stuff like, "I can't stand that bitch." That's not in our vocabulary. That's not in our vocabulary for us. That's not in our vocabulary for guys. For the most part, that's not in our vocabulary. I don't know if it's in Gil's vocabulary. I don't know. Maybe Gil be on some hate. Oh, I hate that bitch. No, I'm kidding. Y'all so sister like banging your brother's missus is kind of evil as well. Yeah, that could be evil. I mean, I can see. Yeah, that is evil. Because the thing about, you know why that's probably more evil. That's more evil than one of your like your friend or something. That's evil than your friend. Now, if that's your boy, then that's evil, because your boy already know. Your boy already know. Even if you told him some shit about your girl, like, this hoe, she's probably doing this and that. That's evil. Your brother, that's like a neck slice from your brother doing that shit. You feel me? That's like a neck slice from. If your brother does it, that's like really, that's awful. That's awful if your brother does it. But if your friend, if that's your boy and he does it, that's still evil. Yeah, I can still see it as being evil. But we always got to look at the whole situation. Did you do something to him or whatever? And then if you did something to him, then he's just still evil. It might not be as evil, but it's vindictive. It's like, why? Why you getting back? Why you just ain't the bigger dude to stand up? Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Everything on this earth is so temporary. It don't matter if you go and do some shit. If somebody do something to you, it don't really matter as long as if it doesn't affect you. Like, if it doesn't take anything away from your life, it's still okay. It still should be cool with you. And I'm not saying cool like you're a simp or like you just like, you soft. I'm not saying it like that, brother, because you're actually stronger if you could take shit. If you could take stuff, because you heard about that. So I was just listening to this story about this guy. I don't even know his name that they found. This guy in Las Vegas had killed like a few people, right? He killed one man because the guy was going into a place. He went into McDonald's, right? And he didn't hold the door for the woman, and the woman, went off on him. And he called her a bitch. So he comes out of McDonald's, and her boyfriend or husband kills him, shoots him, and kills him just for some words. Come on now. First of all, if I'm with a girl, she's really gonna be she's probably gonna be with me. She's gonna be like a queen. She's gonna be like somebody that, first of all, you being seen with me in the first place, you got good manners and everything else. So if somebody called you a bitch, I would probably have to check him. Like, man, why you calling my girl a bitch like that, man? She's not that type of person, man. What she, what did she do for you to call her a bitch, man? She is, I'm gonna find out, what's going on. Like, it can get confrontational if you wanted to, but usually if your girl is getting called a bitch, because a real respectful girl ain't gonna get called no bitch. If your girl's getting called a bitch, she probably had made a bitch move, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Y'all sir say I hate the fact that boxers are divas these days, yeah? Y'all sir, yeah. Sir Flame said facts. He said, can't hate a man for that. Yep. I hate the fact that they are hung up on the B side and all. Yeah, A side, B. Yeah, that's all bullshit. I never go for that. For me, I go for, if you are popular, yeah, you're gonna draw the demand. That's just the way things are. I can't get mad at that, but I can't get like I don't have to accept your labeling like what you're saying right there. The A and B, I don't have to accept your labeling, but I could say that, well, this guy's probably more favored. He's gonna bring more money in there, and that's just bit. See, the thing about boxing is a business. It's prize fighting, and what these idiot boxers got to get in their head is like, if you're not bringing no money, I don't care how much I like you, but if you ain't bringing no money, brother, you just ain't bringing no money. I can't save you on that part of it. You know what I mean? If you ain't bringing no money, how am I save you if you ain't bringing no money? How am I defend you and argue that you have so much of the bag? I'm going to shut my ass up because you shouldn't. Shit. And find out if that works. If you're not an executive, if you're not like the CEO, the CEO or CEF or something like that, CFO or CEO of a company, try some bullshit and see how long you hang out. Right? If you don't have a certain position at work. If you don't have a certain position at work, you more or less got to shut the F up. Just be happy and just work on getting to a point where you can get to a higher level. You know what I mean? Just work to get to a different level. Don't be on no bullshit. And that's the same thing when it comes to boxing. It's a business. They keep saying it's a business. It's sports entertainment. It's all that. So I don't look at boxing the same way. I want to look at it like it's real, but it's really hard sometimes to look at it like it's real. Yeah. Surf Flame said, yeah, he said the whole generation's soft. Got grown-ass men wearing purses and skinny jeans. Yep. Hey, you know what? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was shopping. I went and got me a little bit of True Religion the other day. So I was in the store. And I was just talking to one of the guys up in there, one of the sales guys up in there, and we ended up talking about that whole skinny jeans thing. And I told him, I said they got me on the trick skinny jeans one time. I said, yeah, they got me with the trick skinny jeans. And he knew exactly what I was talking about. He said, yeah, they look regular. He said, but when you put them on, he said they stick to your legs and stuff. I said, yeah. I said, they got me on that shit. They got me on that bullshit. Because I got that pair, and they look good. They was all like real big. I'm like, oh, these are nice and big. These ain't skinny. I looked at the bottom. They looked like a little slim. I said, oh, these ain't skinny jeans. Until I put them on, I'm like, they got me with the trick skinny jeans. But like the regular skinny jeans, that never got me with those. But they damn sure got me with the trick, the ones that's full up top, but they skinny at the bottom. They got my ass on those. I'm like, yeah, they got my ass with the trick skinny jeans. But he knew what I was talking about. I was laughing. I said, man, he probably one of the first persons that actually understood what I was talking about. But you're right, though. The new, all these, it's like they act like they're more advanced, but they're getting softer and softer. Now, since Sir Flynn was the one that brought this subject up before I even talked, well, I'm gonna say this, and hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. Is if you look at the whole, like the situation when it comes to finance and jobs and all that and work, if you look what they have done, so these promises are like social media. All the promises and all that, the money is, people think is entrepreneurship and also mostly social media. It's not going to school, getting a skill set like in engineering and stuff like that. But you got to realize that engineering is everything on this earth. Engineering is everything. So you got people that feeling like the promises are some kind of grind, some kind of hustle, or some kind. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with hustling, but they think that that's going to take them into the future. It's not. Because the mentality they have softened everybody up. They had made this generation an angry generation to hate anybody that's over 30. Anybody that's over 30 is just an old head and don't belong here or whatever like that. They too old. That's why people they hate on Michael Jordan. They starting to hate on LeBron. They hate on anybody that's from the past, which is no such thing as a past. They're just in a different existence. Those people are still here. Just because they don't have a voice, there's still people here that have voices for people from the past. And nobody said energy does not disappear, so their voice is still here too, though. So whether you think Muhammad Ali's voice is still here, his voice is still here. Just because you can't hear it, but there's probably equipment that can pick up his voice, because the energy doesn't disappear. It fades off so distantly to where you just can't catch it anymore. But energy, it doesn't. The energy is the same. It doesn't go nowhere. It stays here because there's nowhere for it to go. Where can energy go? Nowhere. It has to be an environment that it is. It's trapped here on this earth. All the energy. So your ancestors, their words from the past. Now I'm not saying that man is sophisticated enough to pick up some of this stuff, but they have accidentally picked up some of like sounds and stuff from articles. I think things that are round hold energy better, or cylinder type things. I think they hold energy better, like when it comes to voice energy. They hold that type of stuff. I know I got scientific on y'all real quick. Yeah. 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 But he said skinny, not he break, but Sir Flame brought up the skinny jeans though. Okay, y'all start talking to Sir Flame, and then Sir Flame said, "Yeah, all that shit just mean this messes with me." He said it's not cool at all. Next what he said, yeah, and it's not, man. It's all. It's like really, because I don't get it, man. I don't really get it, Sir Flame. I try to keep up with this shit, but I can't, man. I can't. It's like they changing the language. They're using some of the old language, but then they got this new language and shit like that they adding. I'm trying to keep up with all of it. I gotta try to keep up with their new language and shit. I didn't know. I don't know, Sir Flame. Sir Flame might laugh. I don't know, but Sir Flame, would you know what is a bop? What does the letter stand for in a bop? A girl that's a bop. What does the letter stand for? I know what it is, but it's just like that's what they call them now. A bop. I just don't like to bring. I'm still exposed to a whole lot of girls, man. So it's just like I see the girl hate. Like I see the girl hate all the time. It's like wow. Y'all started shaking his head, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just like, what the heck is why you call the girls bops now? Bops. And I have to start referring and using like the word cringe and stuff like that. It's like, wow. Well, I learn. I'm like, I mean, I'm not at the point where I ain't gonna learn. But the teachers, you got these young teachers now. If you go to these different forums and stuff, you got all these young teachers that think they're teaching you something. They're not the right one. So this is what happens. So you got all these different generations. So you got Generation X that know quite a bit, and they want to, and they just, a lot of people are saying that Gen X don't want to age. No, Gen X, because Gen X had the children. They're part of an age where they had to grow up so quick. They had to grow up when they was young, so of course they're gonna be confused a little bit when it comes to what they should be doing at any type of age. They're gonna be a little bit confused, because they had to grow up fast. They had to wear a key around their neck or whatever, or they had to wait outside their house and wait till their mom got home. They just hung out in the neighborhood, played around. They actually played in the streets and all that. So of course it's different. But they not gonna listen to your young ass try to teach them some shit. You can't teach them nothing. How you gonna teach them something? Shut your ass up. Teach yourself something. Because you're not gonna be able to teach these older generations nothing. And you're not gonna be able to call them like all this, call them names and all that shit. It's not looking good on your resume. It's not looking good. Because the thing about them is they did respect the elders. And see I can see what happened too. A lot of that stuff happened even with television. I'm telling you, that shit happened with television talk shows. As a lot of times what they would say when they say the older generation, that's what they always say. The older generation is out of touch. The older generation is not out of touch. The older generation don't give a F. That's what you got to know about the older generation. The older generation don't care. You care. But the older generation don't give two F's. And that's where the biggest mistake is being made, is they thinking that the older generation care, because the older generation just is at the point where it's only so much you can take, and then you just kind of fed up. You know what I mean? You get fed up. It's like, oh, I'm fed up with this bullshit. That's exactly what it is. You just we get fed up. I'm fed up. The thing about me is I'm a glutton for punishment. So even if I get fed up with something, guess what? You know, I'm gonna make a comeback. I'm still gonna come back. I'm still gonna try to not impose, but I'm gonna try to express my concerns and stuff like that. But you got nobody. People don't do that. They just disrespect. And see, I'm not dumb enough to think that generations before us were stronger than us, because the whole narrative, the whole lies of what they told us how, people were dying at 20, 30. That wasn't us. That wasn't us. That wasn't over here. They were living longer. The people that were dying were the people that was, you better look up the Black Plague and stuff like that. Those are the people that was over in Europe. Because Europe didn't really have no food. Matter of fact, Europe still don't grow that much food. How much stuff do you guys grow over there in England, y'all, sir? How much fruit and vegetables do you guys grow? What do you guys grow over there? You guys grow like oranges and pineapple. Y'all grow all that stuff besides the few things that they grow indoors inside of a hothouse. What do you guys actually grow? Your crops over there. You guys grow a lot of corn. See, all that stuff come from us. That come from this state, from the United States. That's what most of the crops on this whole earth came from this United States. Or America. I put America like from North America to South America. Just so y'all know. If y'all didn't know that or not. A lot of people don't know that. And so you got these youngsters trying to teach. They want to be the teachers. They think they grew up fast. And yes, but they grew up. The difference between what they call Gen X and these new kids is these kids grew up with no guidance at all. That's what it is. It's different when you grow up and you got to fend for yourself. And then when you grow up and you just have zero guidance, where you just do everything that's unspeakable, that's the kind of shit that you do. And that's how they grow up now. Anything unspeakable shit, that's what they do. This shit is unspeakable. It's like, wow. When I can say I grew up, man, I had to take care of myself when I grew up. But then again, when you would, older children would tell you that, but they would, a lot of times they were just honest. They just report everything to their parents, what they had to do. The parents said, "What'd you do? What'd you do today? I saw you over there." Because a lot of times, see, the thing is, the parents was not stuck in television unless they were like on like a program something that they wanted to watch. Then that's when they were stuck. And a lot of times you might have to like stay in your room, or you had to be around them when they were into their television. But when your ass was outside, what happened is they were stuck to that window. I mean, they were still like your mom and auntie and all them, like they be doing dishes or whatever they had to do. But at the same time, they be peeping out that window to check on your ass. And you be looking back at that window and you didn't see them. When you look back, you didn't see them. Because they see your little ass looking back. They be like, oh, he looking back over here. I see him. He better not do what I think he going to do. And that's what they're saying on the other side of that window. And you go to do the shit that they said you better not do, then they was going to have some words with you later. Either they was going to have some words with you, or somebody else was going to have words with you, or there was going to be like a switch or belt or cord that was going to have some words with your ass. And I don't have to, Sir Flame don't have to bring up no stories, but Sir Flame, he already knows. He brought up stories before. Because I know Sir Flame made me laugh though, because he was telling this story about he took the later on ass whooping from his mom one time. You know, because kids think if they run and get away like most of the day that they ain't gonna get that ass whooped. I used to do that runaway shit. Nah, I ain't going over. I ain't getting my ass whooped yet. Like, so the best, I'll put it to you. So the safest ass whooping that you could take, I'm not like patting yourself or anything like that, because you might get shit taken off of you. But the safest ass whooping, to be honest, was to run. The safest ass whooping, like, was to run outside. It's the most embarrassing ass whooping. But the safest ass whooping was like to run and dive and roll, and hopefully your parents weren't athletes. Both my parents was athletes, so good luck with that. You can still tire them out when you little and you got all that fiery energy. You can take an outdoor ass whooping and you'll be okay. If you just running, like if you just running around in circles, flipping and running and shit and getting them tired. That's the best ass whooping to take because they tired. The worst ass whooping to take is when you did some shit in school or did some shit and then they had to come home. Like if your parents had to come home and bring that ass whooping with them. That's probably the worst ass whooping you was ever going to receive. Is when they got to talk to you at the same time, tell you don't you ever in your whole entire life, when they got to put these sentences together while they whooping that ass, that's probably the worst ass whooping that you can take. Okay. Y'all sir said, not here in the UK. He said, home we grow wheat and corn. Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. The UK, they don't even... So people... See, but the reason I brought that up, y'all sir, because people don't really think, when they think about UK and they think about Europe, they don't understand that Europe, that's why those people was dying over there. There's no food there. So how'd you end up there? And I'll break it down this real simple, is there was a trading process that was going on. Now something happened to stop that whole train of trading and stuff. Something happened to take that away. And nobody talks about that. Something had to happen. It only makes sense that something happened to that part of history where we was getting food, we was okay. Well, even then there were certain, like even houses, there were certain houses that were made. Certain people made houses that didn't have the chimney and didn't have the windows. They just lived like more or less in the dark. And they would have the fire on the inside and they just had like a little hole, and they had a hole up in the roof. You can't live like that. That's because your thought process is not good enough. See, even me, I think all the time, even with some of the stuff that they do now with fireplaces and everything else, I'm always thinking that, there's a better way. And then I'll see something that's more modern. But there's better ways to even do fireplaces. There's just better, they just don't do them. It's like they don't get it. I would say the best type of heat to have is in between having pipes and ceramic, like ceramic in the walls or something like that, if you want to have it hidden. Because things like ceramic holds heat for a long time. If that's well insulated and you have copper or something or wires going through the ceramic, you're going to stay real nice and warm. Along with that is you have to have some kind of steam. You have to have something that's generating some kind of steam, so you could put You have to have something that has moisture with that. And I know that's the best way, because that's how our atmosphere used to be. A lot more. We had a lot more water and stuff like that. Believe me, you might think you looking at some kind of something that's wonderful. It is wonderful, but it's not. You ain't looking at the earth the way it was. You are not. You live in dissolution and you don't even know it. But I'm not gonna get deep in that. Yeah. Yeah, sir says he said, Sir Flame, I agree. He said the worst one is they get their nails done these days. I just had to go back and read that. I know, yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the millet, yeah. I'm starting to see that over here now. They starting to have millet. We didn't used to have millet like that over here. That wasn't a big thing, but now I see. I go to the because I buy a lot of my stuff, like especially when it comes to stuff that I'm gonna get, like big items. I go to the chef store. No, I don't go like to Costco. I just go to the chef store. It's easy. You don't have to wait all day. You don't need no membership. You just go to the chef store. If I want to get something for a party, or you want to get a bunch of mangoes, or you want to, if you use a lot of flour, you're a bread person. I'm a bread person, but I don't make that much. So I just need like a couple of pounds at a time. That's it. Shit, I bought like, I think 75 pounds one time, different kinds of flour. But I went to the actual place that they make the flour. I went on my own little trip. I said, let me go up here. So I went up there and I found it, and they had discounts too. I was like, man, please. I said, I go to the store and get that same flour. That shit would have ran me what? Probably like 2 or 3 times as much as I spent. I spent less than $90 on 75 pounds of like premium, good flour and stuff like that, and grain. I was just shaking my head. I'm like, okay, I got over on this one. Yeah. Apart from that, we have prices on land. We have fruit trees like mango tree, orange and guava trees. Yeah. Oh, y'all got oranges? You guys got guava over there in England? He said, and they grow pumpkins and watermelons. Okay. But you know where all that stuff comes from. You know pumpkins don't originate there. You know guavas and oranges don't originate there, right? You know where they originate, right? That's what I'm trying to. That's the point I'm trying to get across right there. Considering the white European folk took over half the world for spices, they never learned how to use them. That's a good one. I like that one. In our culture, we make rotis. That's like flatbread. I know what rotis is. Out of wheat, corn, and millet flour. Yeah, I love some rotis, man. Shoot. You know which ones I like? I like the one. I think I like the ones you guys make. The ones that's stretched out. I like the ones that's like layered and flaky, and then they cook it, and then they roll it up to where it's like a little mountain. Man, I love that, man. I love that. Oh man, there's a sauce that they make that I don't know. I can't even find it no more. There's one place I went to, and they make this little sauce. It's not dal, cause dal's okay, but it's not like, it ain't really spicy and it ain't sexy. But this one was like a curry type of sauce with the brown. I dip it in there. I was like, man, I can sit there and get fat on that freaking bread. I can sit there and get fat on that bread. Oh, Kashmir. He said Kashmir. He said you need to start going to them Indian, Pakistan markets. Our prices be way cheaper. Yeah, I do. I do, brother. Hey, don't think Eagle don't be trying to. Eagle be saving this money when it comes to food, and plus a lot of those places I trust more. All the GMO shit I'm been eating, man. I'm surprised I don't have a big ass hump on my back, cause I be looking at people that's in their late 30s and shit, and 40s and shit. They be having humps and shit all over their body, all kind of old crazy shit. You know what I mean? I'm just happy I ain't got that kind of shit going on. It's like, man, I'm fortunate, man. Just look at yourself as being like that you're an amazing person if you can get past you can get past your 30s and you don't got no kind of like serious. I'm not saying I ain't got no illness, but you don't look like all jacked up and shit. Because I'm looking at 20-year-olds and stuff. Some of them, like, some of these kids look like kids. And some of them look like they look a mess. They do. They look a mess, man. I'm sorry. But they think they can teach. Y'all not, you guys are not the teachers just because you pulling up history. Let me ask you something. If I've been writing nothing but lies in all these books and stuff, and you pull it out and read it, how in the hell does that make it the truth all of a sudden? Just because your dumb ass pulled out the information and read it. Shut your stupid ass up trying to teach somebody something. You don't know nothing about this earth. Nobody knows that unless it's given to them from an outer source. You can't get it. You can't get that shit. I don't even care if they wrote it in the book. If they wrote it in the book, it's still not 100% reliable. I don't care what book it is. You can get mad at me if you want to. That book is not 100% reliable if you can't get in touch with the author. And if the author's a liar, it still ain't going to matter. But I'm just saying that you have to be able to reach in another part of your in your psyche or whatever, however you might want to call it, your spirit. You got to go somewhere else to get that information. And you're not going to do it just the way that you think you're going to do it. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what the fact is. It's not going to be my opinion. You got an opinion. That's not going to be no opinion. It's going to be fact. So you can get mad at that if you want to, or you can accept that if you want to, or you don't have to accept it. You can get mad like a lot of people do. F you, ego. Get mad at ego, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to take the anger, and like I tell people, Sir Flame, as I'm trying to take as much as I can from people. But what you're doing is you're playing yourself. You can't play me. What you did is you played yourself. How much is it worth you playing yourself for me, at my what you figure is my disposal, where you feel like you played me? Come on, really? All you did, you sell yourself. Don't sell yourself short, man. Make yourself expensive, a prize, man. Even when it comes to new relationships and anything with people, man, make yourself a prize over them, especially if they know, if they can see the value in you. Don't lessen your value. Don't play yourself down. Even if you say, I'm not that. Even if you tell them that I'm not as special as you think I am, but don't live it. Even if you say it, don't live it. You understand what I mean? So don't live that way. Even if you say, like, you being humble, it's good to be humble. But at the same time, you be humble, but at the same time, still have your standard up. Keep your standard up like that. I say I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I got cousins who 5-10 years younger than me. They look older, and they never touched anything bad in their life. And here I am, a full-time cigarette and weed smoker. Yeah, look at you. He said, yeah, Eagle, stop watching the Andrew Tate. Now, I haven't seen him in, I don't know, probably a year. I don't listen to him, 'cause he says the same thing over and over. I don't really listen to Andrew Tate like that. But this is in my own way. I'm just speaking for me. It's just my own way. It's just, just live. Just keep yourself, don't keep yourself as, you be humble, but don't keep yourself at a humble state like that. You know what I mean? Always strive to get up with you. You got to think about where you at, man. Because you're in this little capsule, so if you're in this capsule, so what's going on if you're in this capsule? If you're in a capsule, then it's only a certain way that you can live here. They keep you in these cities and stuff, y'all, sir, for a reason. They keep you in these cities because they don't want you to discover that you could live outside of a city more comfortable than inside of a city. They don't want you to discover that. They don't want you to discover that there's animals out there in nature. They don't want you to discover that. They want you to think it's nothing but dogs, cats, and birds. And fish, pet fish, and television, internet. That's all they want you to know. They don't want you to know that there's anything else out there in the world. And you can tell by when they do these interviews with these children, and they don't know shit. They can't even name animals and shit. when you put an animal up on the screen, you flash an animal up there. I could name a lot of them. I might not have seen every animal on Earth, but if you give me some descriptions of them, I should be able to say. I should be able to tell you what animal it is, or what it. I could be able to tell you by looking at it, the characteristics of the animal. And you got the ones today, they can't do that. Yeah. He said him and his brother got nicked, got nicked again on some BS charges. Yeah. They don't. The reason they don't like him. The reason they don't like him is he tells the truth about stuff. He tells the truth. Anytime you start telling the truth about stuff, they wouldn't like me if I had a show like that. Well, they don't like me in the first place because they don't make me part of the algorithm where people, where we can grow. We grew at one point and then we just flatlined and stuff. We should have grew, even though I don't really put nothing out like that. I don't just do video after video, but it's like. But a lot of people that come in here, they're like, damn, I didn't even know this little show existed. They said, I didn't even know this show existed. They said, they said you got a good show for being such a small show. But anyway, he said, okay. He said, I know I live more comfortable in the village back home in Kashmir. Okay, then I do in the city of UK, but lifestyle, money, etc. is a big factor of staying here in the city. Yeah. But it's just that, do you want to live more? Do you want relief from all this bullshit all the time? Do you want to think like over here, a lot of places you go, I don't want to know that, hey, I could be getting robbed in 2 minutes. Who wants to know that shit? If you way out somewhere, it's just like, it's more lonely, but you could be alone. I would say it would be nice to have like a place that I could stay in the city when I needed to. Not like a hotel, but like a nice family place where I can come visit. But then I can just get the hell out of there and go chill. I would rather chill for probably 9 months or so. 9 months or something. I would rather just chill by myself somewhere and then interact with people in between that time, like 3 months. And if you think about it, it's a long ass time to be around people. 3 months, because it doesn't have to be 3 months straight. Let's say, for instance, that you're doing 3 months by yourself and 1 month with people. After a while, you're gonna not want to be with them even more months, because you gotta look at what you're doing productive with them, or what you're even doing with them. You ain't really doing shit with them. Y'all not really doing nothing. So you went out to dinner, you ate a little bit, you went to a concert, or you did this and did that. But after a while, you're like, hey, we ain't really did shit. So when I want to do something, maybe I'll go into town when I really want to do something with somebody. We go catch something, because I don't even like to go watch. I don't really care about watching movies. I like science fiction stuff though. Even though I know it's bullshit, because I'm a special effects person, because I'm gonna critique the whole movie. I might not even get what the movie's about, because I'm gonna just critique all the shit in the background. Like, that shit ain't accurate. Nah, man, the acting. I'm gonna be critiquing everything. Like, oh, the acting ain't as good. They started off acting one way, and all of a sudden they didn't completely change the acting. Nah, they didn't stay consistent. I'm gonna be a critic. That's my job. I get to be a critic. And the reason I get to be a critic is because I had to pay my $20 or whatever it is to watch your ass. That's why I get to be a critic. More or less, you don't really get to be a critic if you ain't paid nothing. Shut your ass up if you ain't paid nothing. Oh, okay, you plan to start a farm back home and retire in the next 10 years or so. There you go. Y'all sir said, I want to keep cows and horses. Yeah, I want horse. I want horses, but I want sheep. Well, I gotta learn how to do that whole wool thing. Like, tell the sheep, get your ass over here, and get that wool. I want to be able to do that shit myself. Like, process the wool, wash it. I want to be able to do all that shit myself. That'd be nice, man, to make your own yarn and shit, and then have somebody that knows how to make the material. Not even a machine. Know somebody that knows how to knit all that shit up. Ain't nothing like that, man. Yeah. Bear in mind, my ancestors was farmers. I feel the pull, the pull of the land. Okay. And I ain't mad at that, because you know what? That's something that I can relate to, brother. I relate that if you disrespect your ancestors, you really disrespecting yourself. If you disrespect your elders, whether people think the elders should be respected or not, even elders can have a hard time. They can fall on hard times. That don't mean you disrespect them. Oh, he just an old drunk. Well, how did he get there? Well, you respect him enough to try to get him out of that. There's people are just really, really dumb sometimes. Y'all saw some special effects peaked in the 90s and early 2000s. After that, it got too CGI. No, I don't see. So that's the difference. If I can see that it's like really CGI, and if it can't fool me good enough, because a lot of times people can put up videos that you can tell that they CGI. It's like, no, it's all CGI shit. No, but I'm talking about like special effects. I've always liked that because that was one of the things I really wanted to work on when I was doing electronics. I always wanted to work on, special effects stuff. So I really do like special effects. But the CGI special effects, I don't even go for that. I'm like, when you can say, oh, you can tell that shit's CGI. Yeah, you're right. When you can tell it's CGI, yeah. But every once in a while with a trailer, they'll fool you. When they put out that movie trailer, they'll fool the shit out you. And you think, oh, this shit got some good special effects in it. And when you go see the movie, it's like, oh, that was just a trailer. It had good special effects. Or you wait to the very end of the movie, now you got the special effects when the whole movie was nothing but that CGI shit. It wasn't doing nothing but making you mad. Like, you want to slap whoever made the movie the whole time. Like, man, I should slap somebody. Yeah. All right, boss. Shit, I should have been up out of here, man. But yeah, but shout out to all the winners, man. Shout out to the Parkers and the AJs and stuff. All y'all that got those dubs in there, man. Shout out to y'all. And you losers, just find a way to win, because all of y'all not really losers like that. Some of you are, but then some of y'all just ain't losers like that. And what was our big take on today? Our big take on the day is, you boxers, get back to basics. AJ is getting back to basics, so maybe that's what he's going to do. Get your ass back to basics. Yeah, favorite movie of all time. Big Trouble in Little China and Rocky 3. Okay. I can respect that. I like the Rocky 3 too. That was actually good. That's actually good, because he's like, he said pain. What you predict for the fight? Pain. He let them know what that boxing was about. Anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. Ain't nothing but peace and nothing but amazing and wonderful things happening to y'all. Uplifting only, baby. Y'all know what it is. Yeah, Eagles Web out of here, man.